Hi everyone, my name is Naveen Shatta and I am your Ms. California. I would have never thought that I would be in a pageant, let alone win. So this is a really huge deal for me and I wanted to express my extreme gratitude for everyone who helped me, but also most importantly, I just want to share my experience and let people know that if you're interested or ever wanted to compete in a pageant, it's totally doable. And I'm here to explain to you what I did, what my process was, and maybe by learning about what I did, you might feel confident enough and find your own process, what works for you, and you might even compete. And if you do, because of this video, that would be super cool. Let me know in the comments box if you decided to go out for your pageant so I can keep up with your process and root for you along the way, because that'd be really cool that I would have inspired someone. So like I said, my name is Naveen, and last year my process started out like this. I'm someone who loves to try different things as it is, but I never really was into pageantry at all. I'm an actor, and I met a friend on set who's really into pageantry, and she competes, and she was a Miss Tennessee, and I thought that was so cool. But anyways, we were chatting and she was like, you know what, you would be really good in pageantry, you should try it out. And I was like, okay. Let me check it out, let me do it then, I think I could do it. I think that I always wanted to go on stage and learn how to walk, and I'm good with answering questions given my acting experience. And also as a pharmacist, when I was in pharmacy school, I was doing a lot of leadership roles, so I'm very comfortable on stage and answering questions and all that stuff. So I thought, you know what, hey, this might be something really good for me. I like to take photos, and I like to wear dresses and be pretty and stuff. So let's do it. So what I did was, I think later that week, I immediately went home and Googled pageants near me, and I found Miss West Coast pageant productions, and I just kind of scoped it out and read about it, looked on their website, on their Instagram, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of cute. And then I messaged the coordinator. Her name is Tara Rice. I messaged her and I was like, hey, tell me a little bit about this pageant. I'm thinking about entering and competing. And she was like, yeah, we'd love to have you. It's this, and this. It costs this, and it's gonna happen here. And I do coaching. And she kind of just really made me feel comfortable. And I'm like, okay, let me do this. So I put in my reservation fee for, to reserve my spot. And to be quite honest with you, that was in October, and then the competition was in July. I didn't really do anything for this competition until maybe 2 months before. My birthday's in May, so I had a trip planned, and I wanted to eat whatever I wanted, but I didn't really start really competing for this or training for it, I would say, until 2 months before, 1 to 2 months before. My process involved 4 really key things. One is getting my body in the most perfect shape that I can. So what I did with that was I put myself on a really strict diet for 3 to 4 weeks, and I was not budging. The diet included no carbs and no sweets, no sugar. And so, for example, I would eat for breakfast, my breakfast was the same thing every single day. It was 2 boiled eggs, fruit, strawberries and half a banana. And then for lunch, I would have a salad, or I would have vegetables and chicken or meat or fish or whatever it was. And then the same thing for dinner. And then for my workouts, I was at the gym 6 times a week, and I had 1 day off, and I was extremely strict. Before, I would just take days off and be oh, whatever. But no, my competition was in. I was really, my head was in the game. I was not skipping workouts. I included a lot of cardio. My workouts were like this. Okay, so I would do all the body parts. So it was 4 days a week I would do strength training, 2 days legs, and then 1 day chest and shoulders, and the other day was back and bis. And then I would do cardio on the last day. So I would do either a long run for 30 minutes or a short run, 20 minutes. And then sometimes when it was closer to the competition, I really got strict with the cardio. So when I incorporated it more into my routine. So before my strength training, I started doing 10 to 20 minutes of steppers, the climbing machine, the step machine. Those are amazing. That machine is amazing. and then also inclines. Like I would do incline walks and then sprints. For me is just like, it really bursts like my fat, and I have like instant abs, so I really love sprints. And so I did that. And so that's basically the body portion, is just a strict workout and diet. And it was really effective. I weighed myself every single day to make sure I was on track. And it was really, really hard. Like I was craving burgers and shakes a lot. Like I really wanted a good burger. And I would tell my boyfriend, who was like training with me and helping me, listen, after this, like I want like a truffle burger and truffle fries, and I want a milkshake. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna get it for you. And yeah, so that was really hard. The diet was hard, but you know, I in my head I knew that it was just gonna be for 3 to 4 weeks, and that was it. Like after that, I'm good. Like I can eat like a little bit here and there, and like just focus on portion control for maintenance. Okay, the second thing I did was I had to prepare for these walks. Like on stage, you have to do 2 different walks. You have to do a fast, upbeat swimwear walk, and you have to do a slow, controlled, elegant gown walk. And I don't wear heels like that on a daily basis, or even like on weekends. I prefer to wear flats or boots or whatever it is, because comfort is like my main priority. So for me to have gotten used to these heels was huge for me. Like I had to really practice every single day for 3 to 4 weeks before the competition. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, it's probably like 3 weeks before. But I did it like every single day. Like I did not skip a day. Like I would wear the heels. I bought these heels. They're like 4-inch heels, nude heels, on a website. You know, I get kind of like nervous saying where I got them from, because they sell like stripper shoes, but these shoes were really affordable, because like I was recommended to get from like Benjamin Walk or whatever, but I got them from Pleaser shoes, pleaser.com, pleaser.com. Jeez, that's such a tongue twister. I got them from pleaser.com, and they were like $67 or something, nude, to cut to the point. They were so cute. I got so many compliments on them. They have like rhinestones in the back heel, and so I just put those on. They're super soft inside and open-toed, and I put those on and I just walked for like 10 minutes. I didn't have a studio, so I walked outside in my like parking lot here in LA, and I practiced like the swim walk, and then I practiced the gown walk, and I recorded myself. And that's how I got better. I just looked, I was like, okay, I need to prove this, and this. And then I also booked like private sessions with the coach, who's freaking fantastic. She was amazing. She worked with me really well, and like so patient, so kind. Like if you find someone who's like in pageantry who's so sweet, like you gotta hold on to them and like be very grateful and appreciative. Shout out to you, Terry. You're freaking awesome. We all love you. So I was like walking with her, and she coached me like once, and then like I would follow up with her if I needed anything, but then I would practice on my own. And you know, thankfully I didn't trip on stage, so you know, thank God, I was good. Okay, the third thing was you have to answer. There's an interview portion. Like the day before, it was 2 days. The day before is the interview portion, so you have to answer like all these different kind of questions. You give them a bio sheet with like everything that you're up to, like who you are, and like what your platform would be if you were to win, like what you're passionate, what are you passionate about to give back to the community, what impact do you want to have with this platform, and a little bit about yourself. So I like interviewing. I think it's fun. I don't mind it. I really just like to prepare. So what I did, my process was I went online and I gathered probably like 55 possible interview questions on an Excel sheet. I gathered 55 of them, and then I also wrote what I thought that they might ask me. Like, why do you want to win this pageant? What makes you a good candidate for the next Miss California? Why should we choose you? All these variations, just in case, so I had an idea. I wanted to be so prepared. So I did that, and then I answered them online, like on the Excel sheet first, like just like spitballing what I thought. And then that week I wrote them out in a notebook. I got a notebook and I wrote down the 55 questions, and I just like wrote down my answers. Basically, this method helps me collect all of my thoughts and spit them out, so that collect all my thoughts and spit them out, so that once if I get the question, I can like, okay, I've answered this before twice already, and probably a third, three, four times, because I took these questions and I asked like my boyfriend to ask me. I even scheduled like a Zoom session with my sister, whom I love. I love you, Raya. Thank you so much for helping me in this Zoom session. Like I wanted practice with different people asking me the questions, so that when I have somebody I don't know asking me, I'm not gonna get flustered or anything. And if I have someone who loves me, who I actually really care what they think about me, asking me the question, and I feel comfortable, at least I push through that uncomfortability, answering the question, then I feel like I would be okay in the actual interview. So I'm happy to say the interviews went really well. I scored pretty good in them. I didn't score like top interviewer or whatever, but I was pretty good. They gave me great scores, and so I'm pretty proud of that process. Now, when I did the practice, it's also for the on-stage interview question. If you make it to the last 5, you have to answer an on-stage interview question, which is pretty nerve-wracking because you're like on stage with all the girls in the back listening to you, and then everybody in the state in the room. It was like a theater. Everyone there watching you on stage. So it was pretty nerve-wracking, but it was wonderful. I did good. I did my best, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Now, the last thing, and in my opinion, the most important thing that I worked on, was my attitude and my mind. Like, what I did, I'm a big meditator and like person who like believes in energies and thoughts and like things like that. So for a month, or maybe like 3 or 4 weeks before, I meditated every single night. This meditation by Joe Dispenza that like helps, it's on YouTube, it's called Go Love Meditation, but basically it makes you feel love every single night. So I felt love every single night, and I tried to bring love in every situation that I encountered every single day before that. And so I was just like floating on air, floating on sunshine. Whoa! I was floating, like I was just like, you know, like, so when I was when I was meeting the girls, just like, hey, how are you? Like, you know, I was just welcome and giving love and having a good attitude and smiling and like rooting for everyone. So I think the attitude really like helped me in the interviews, because I wasn't that nervous, because I was like, I just want everyone to do good. I just want the best for everyone. I want her to do good. I want you to do good. Like, this is a new experience for me. I want the best for everyone. And I went into it like, you know, it's okay if I don't win. This is just a really cool experience for me, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm just really thankful and grateful to be on the stage and to meet all these wonderful girls who like have the same mindset as me. Like, hey, let's try this thing together. And that really helped me. Like, even in the day of the competition, I noticed there were some girl groups who were not sitting next to each other, who weren't like really communicative with each other, but I chose to sit with my group. I chose to sit down and talk to them and like root for them and like be like, yo girl, you look freaking amazing in that swimsuit. Like, you look so hot in that gown. Like, you're killing it. You're crushing it. Like, you got this. Like, I chose to do that. And like, I felt like it brought everyone together in my group, and we were just all riding on a high. And you could just tell that the sisterhood in the group was different, because we all just wanted to have fun together. And that kind of attitude is what makes the pageantry so enjoyable. Like, it's 2 days, and you want to have fun, and you don't want like negative energy around. So having that kind of attitude really like made me feel at ease, because I knew that these girls, like, gave me the opportunity to learn about all the girls that were competing. Like, I got to talk to them because I wanted to learn about them, because I actually cared about them. And I learned about, hey, I was like, what's your platform? Like, what do you are about? And tell me about yourself. And I learned about them. I'm like, wow, these are like, they opened up to me, and I'm like, damn, these girls are really amazing, because they've been through so much. And it made me feel like, you know, pick any of us, because we're all good contenders here. And I just like we were holding hands, and like I was like really happy to be there with them. And so yeah, so that's kind of like, I really just recommend that you go in there with a really good attitude. Next, I want to talk about, that's my process and everything. I just want to give, like, I talked a lot about the competition already, but I just want to give like a quick overview of what the competition was like. So it's 2 days. You have an interview portion, And it was four. I had four judges, so I had four rooms that I had to go in and talk to the judges, and they asked me all these different questions. Like the first room was really cool. She had my bio sheet. She asked me some cool questions. So nice. The second room, I actually had Miss United States there. Shout out to you, Miss United States. I love you. You're amazing. Angie, you're so sweet. I love you. She's so cool. Like I went in, she was like my favorite interview because she was like serious, but also sweet and so like cute. Like, so she's gorgeous too and has a great attitude. Like no wonder why she's Miss United States. So when I walked in, I was like, oh, hello. I was so surprised. I had no idea. And I had to just like take a moment to like gawk at her. And then she asked me all these questions and I felt really into it. Like she was like the best. She was like boom, 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 boom. Like, what's this? What's that? Why do you want to be in a pageant? Like, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like she just had all her stuff together. And at the end, she asked me a fun question. Like, what song do you use to hype yourself up? And the first thing that came up to my mind was like a Rihanna song. It was, I think I said Diamonds by Rihanna. And she was like, God, everybody's saying Rihanna. And I'm like, oh shit. But that's the first thing that came to my mind. You know, run with it. And then the third interview was, he was an acting coach, very chill guy, very nice. He was so sweet too. Like, we got along really well. He asked me like one question and then it was like the whole interview and it was so nice. So shout out to you. You're awesome. And then the last interview was by a doctor. He was like a plastic surgeon. He was, I guess he's like helping or sponsoring the event and he was really cool too, really nice. And then all the girls who previously won last year were there helping to coordinate and they're all so nice. Like everybody's so sweet. So shout out to the last year's crew. Like you guys are fantastic. Like you guys are so sweet. I loved all of you. And so that's day one, the interview. Day two was like an all day thing. Makeup, get in, do your makeup, or I had to have my makeup artist come to me in my house. She did my makeup. And then I had I got my swimsuit, my dress. We go there, we practice, we do rehearsals on stage. And then like, that's it. You know, you have lunch and boom, we're ready to go. 2 p.m. we started, we did the swim walk, do poses, you know. And then after that, we quickly changed into our gown. And I had this like beautiful, I call it the green siren gown. If you want to check it out, I have tons of pictures on my Instagram at Naveen Shata. Go ahead and check it out. It's beautiful by Cindy's Formal Wear here in North Hollywood. She's awesome at Cindy. Shout out to you, Cindy. Thank you so much for my winning dress. She's awesome. I loved it. So I put on my dress and then I did like a slow walk. Yeah, I had like my bracelet get caught in my dress, but it's okay. Like things happen on stage. You just kind of like have to go with it and still like try your best because things happen, you know. Nothing's gonna be perfect and just enjoy. So I did that, like I did my slow walk and I, you know, looked at the judges and then I did my little roundabout and pose and looked at all the judges. It was so cool. Like I loved it. And with my heels, like I'm like, I got this, you know. I was just having a good time, basically. And then we go off stage and then they bring everybody on stage and then like they give like these superlatives and like who got like best interview, who got best swimsuit, all these really great superlatives. They think throughout the event, they thanked a lot of the sponsors. Thank you, sponsors, for helping us with Miss West Coast Productions. And then they call out the final 5 in each division. And thankfully, I got the final 5. It was so cool. We got the final 5. And then, you know, it's just like, it was just amazing. You know, when you work really hard for something, it's like really cool. So then the final 5. We all had to answer one on-stage question. So we get called on stage. We have to pick a question out. Mine was, why should you be our next Miss West Coast? Or no, why should we pick you as Miss California, the next pageant winner? And that's the one that I was like, I practiced that question, but last, like it was like God knew that was going to be my question because it kept coming in my head during my practices and I was avoiding it for some reason. I was like, no, I should probably do this question because this is an important one. So I answered my question. You know, at first I was really nervous, but then I collected myself and I delivered a really good answer. We go off stage, the judges deliberate, and then each division goes on and they call out like the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd runner-up and then the first runner-up. And they called out, we were on stage holding hands and then they were calling all the girls. And then I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, they called everyone but me. I was like, oh my God, I won. Oh, and the first runner-up is Naveen Shata. And I was like, oh my God, that's me. I won. I won. So yeah, it was so nice. It was so cute. Like they crowned me and they put the sash on me. And then I was like taking pictures and I was like waving like a freaking queen. I was like, I'm a queen, guys. It's so cool. And my boyfriend, he was like, you won. It was so cute. I was like, I won, I did it, I'm me. Because he knows how much it meant to me. Like, he was so annoyed by like how much I said. He's like, can we have this? Can we have burgers? Like, and he was like in it with me the entire time. He tried not to. He didn't eat any burgers. Then I said, if you want to have sweets, you can. Just not in front of me. Don't eat in front of me. So we were both really, really happy. And then we took lots of pictures and lots of photos and all that. And then we went out for burgers afterwards at Carney's. We had the most amazing burgers and shakes and chocolate chip cookies and fries. It was so good. But anyways, now I want to talk a little bit about like after the competition, like what I'm doing now. So right now, they're sending me, I'm going to compete for Miss United States. Angie, I'm coming for your title. So yeah, I'm gonna compete for Miss United States in Las Vegas. It's a 4-day competition. I have to prepare extra hard for this one. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna get a really nice dress and like a nice swimsuit, and like I'm just gonna be cool. I'm really excited for it. But my platform, what I really love and what I chose to support is girls' education and girls' health. As a pharmacist, I want to incorporate what I know and then also help girls with their confidence, because I just think that nowadays with everything that's happening with social media and just like the lack of, when we were young, it was so easy to make friends and like talk to people and build confidence. Nowadays, I just feel like it's so hard. And I just want to show girls that they can be how to be confident, how to feel beautiful in their own skin, how to love their bodies. I didn't really get any menstrual education, so I want to provide menstruation education for girls. I want to show them how to like love their periods and their bodies and everything that it comes with, and how special girls are and the amazing things that we are able to accomplish if we put our mind to it. And I just want to provide a really good example for young girls to see that, oh, look at her, she's a princess, she's a queen, she's so nice and helpful, and if she can do that, I can do anything that I want to do too. And so I really want to be a good example and a good role model for young girls and give them a lot of love and support during these like hard years, like middle school, high school. That's really what I'm shooting for. So I partnered with Girls Inc. Shout out to Girls Inc. who took me on as a partner, and we are going to be delivering a Queen series to all the girls in their program. 3 series: how to walk, talk, and act like the queen that you are, princess. And I'm really excited for that one. And I'm gonna give them like little crowns afterwards so that they can feel like a queen or a princess and walk home and just like, oh, that's so cute. And then I'm gonna do a series, and then the second series is how to develop a deeper relationship with your period, all about the period, why it's good for you, and how to like overcome it, and like how to treat yourself well throughout the 4 phases. And then the last one is how to develop deeper, how to make friends and long-lasting relationships, how to introduce yourself, things like that. Be confident and like be able to like say who you are, and how to keep conversation going and follow up afterwards. So those 3 workshops I'm really excited to do with Girls Inc. and hopefully more girls all around the United States if I win Miss United States. So that's it in a nutshell. That's everything that happened in my pageant experience before, middle, and after. There's a lot more to come, of course. This is just month 2 since I just won, so there's a lot of things that are going to come forward soon in the future. But thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really, really appreciate it. I'm sending you guys lots of love and peace out there. Love and peace. If you want to hear more about me or like see what I'm up to, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to just talk a little bit about like my life and like things that I've done and overcome and how I can help other people. And yeah, this is my story. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.